Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to online social science class. Today, in social science, ninth standard, history, 7th unit, state and society in medieval India. Children, we will see the class.
Learning objectives to acquire knowledge of successive dynasties and resultant political outcomes from the times of the Cholas to the Mughals, influence of Islam and Islamic State on the socio-cultural life of the people, institutional and administrative changes during Chola, Pandya and Vijayanagara periods in the south, development of literature, art and architecture, transformation in agricultural and manufacturing sector, progress in maritime trade, commerce and urbanization. Introduction. The medieval period from the 7th century CE till the beginning of the Mughal rule in 16th century. That means in India, the medieval period was 7th century to 16th century. The Mughal era from the 16th to 18th century is referred to as the early modern period. So the medieval period was 7th century to 16th century. The Mughal period was 16th century to 18th century. The political scenario in all parts of India underwent momentous definitive changes which transformed the social and economic fabric and development of the country. So all the level the changes happened. What were the changes? The expansion of the Chola Empire, from Muslim rule in Delhi, rise of many religious kingdoms in South India, Muslim rule under the Mughal in North beginning in 1526 with the defeat of the Ibrahim Lodi by Babur, the coming of the Europeans. So, this like so many changes happen in that period. We will see one by one. Political changes 1000 to 1700. North India, the advent of Islam. Muslim rule was established in Delhi at the end of the 12th century by Muhammad Ghori. So, who established Muslim rule in India? Muhammad Ghori, 12th century, end of the 12th century. Arab Muslim merchants had been trading in the ports of West Coast, especially Kerala, as early as the 9th century. So, Arab Muslims and all that Muslim merchants trading in ports of the west coast areas. Similarly, Muslim invaders from West Asia had set up Sultanate in Gujarat and Sindh 8th century. So, Muslim invaders from West Asia, they set up the Sultanate in Gujarat and the Sindh area since 8th century. The impact of Muslim rule was felt during the region of Alaluddin Khilji 1296 to 1316, who sent military campaigns to the south. So Alaluddin sent his Muslim campaigns to the south side also. Devagiri near Aurangabad was captured by Alaluddin Khilji and renamed Dauladabad. So what was the rename of Devagiri means Dauladabad. It was captured by Alaluddin Khilji. Alaluddin Khilji's slave and commander Malik Kafur. Who was Alaluddin Khilji's slave and commander Malik Kafur was sent on military expeditions further south in the first decade of 1300 CE. So southern side also they started to capture area. The Tughlaq kings who came after Alaluddin also sent their armies to the south. As a result, the generally more isolated southern part of the country came into the orbit of the rulers of the north. During the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, there was a revolt in Dawladabad. So, who renamed Dawladabad? Alaluddin Khilji. Good. Then what was its original name? Devagiri. Okay. Then Muhammad bin Tughlaq's period, there was a revolt happened in Dawladabad. Alaluddin Bahman Shah set up the Bahmani Sultanate in 1347 CE with his capital in Bidar. So, in that revolt time, Alaluddin Bahman Shah set up the Bahmani Sultanate. So, who set up a Bahmani Sultanate? Alaluddin Bahman Shah. In which year? 1347. What was its capital? Bidar. By the end of the 15th century, 5 sultanates came up in the Deccan region, that is Bijapur, Golconda, Ahmednagar, Berar and Bidar. Name the 5 sultanates came up in the Deccan region: Bijapur, Golconda, Ahmednagar, Berar and Bidar. The Deccan sultanates were conquered by Aurangzeb in 1660 CE. So, when was the Deccan Sultanate conquered? By Aurangzeb in 1660. At the entire region as far south as Madras, Chennai became a part of the Mughal Empire. So, after that, Chennai also became a part of the Mughals Empire. The Chola Empire in the south. The territorial expansion of Chola Empire began under Rajaraja first. So, the territorial expansions in which period onwards started means Rajaraja first. The Pallava kingdom had already been assimilated into the Chola kingdom, accepted. The empire expanded further under Rajendra first. Again it expanded by Rajendra first, who had successfully taken his armies as far to northeast as the river Ganges. Still that he took his armies. He had also sent naval expeditions against the Sailendra kingdom of Sri Vijaya. He made a naval expedition against the Sailendra kingdom of Sri Vijaya in Indonesia, Gadaram, Kedah and Ceylon. This earned his name the title the Chola who had conquered the Ganga and Gadaram. So, Gangayum Kadaramum Konda Cholan. Rajendra's grandson Klothunga first and extended up to the border of Orissa. Now it is known as Odisha. So, he also extended his border up to still Odisha. Maritime trade, Kadal Vanibam, with Southeast Asia and China expanded greatly during the Chola period. So, Kadal Vanibamum Chiranda Murail irundadu. The continued interaction with the Tamil merchants result in the spread of the influence of Indic culture and art into the Southeast Asia. நம்முடைய தமிழகத்தோடு தொடர்புடையது சவுத் ஈஸ்ட் ஏஷியாவிலையும் அந்த கலாச்சாரங்கள் பரவ ஆரம்பித்தது. அதன் விளைவாக seen in the magnificent temple of Angkor Wat in Cambodia. இந்த கோயில் ஒரு சிறந்த எடுத்துக்காட்டாக விளங்குகிறது. Angkor Wat temple in Cambodia. Vijayanagar and South India after the Cholas. The Chola Empire began to decline after the middle of the 13th century. So, when was the Chola Empire started to decline means middle of the 13th century. The empire died out in the year 1279 CE. Several power centers came up after this in this region. So many powers came after the Chola. The Pandya kings again sought to regain the glory they had lost under the Chola. What they lost, they started to get it. The establishment of the kingdom of Vijayanagara was the most momentous, memorable development in the history of South India in the medieval period. What was the most momentous development in the history of South India means the establishment of the kingdom of Vijayanagara. The kingdom was established by Harigara and Bukka. Who founded or established the Vijayanagara kingdom means Harigara and Bukka, two brothers. They were the first rulers of the Sangam dynasty. Which dynasty they belongs means Sangam dynasty, and first ruler. They founded a new capital city on the southern banks of Tungabhadra river, which they named Vijayanagara, city of victory. So they took a capital, founded a new capital near the river of Tungabhadra, and they named Vijayanagara. That meaning was city of victory. The Tuluva dynasty then succeeded as rulers. After the Sangam, the Tuluva dynasty came up. Krishnadevaraya, the greatest ruler of Vijayanagar, belongs to this family. So, who was the greatest ruler of Vijayanagara belongs to the Tuluva dynasty means Krishnadevaraya. The rulers of Vijayanagar were almost continuously at war with Bahmani Sultanate. Always they made a war with the Bahmani Sultanate. Finally, the combined forces of the five Tectonic Sultanate defeated Vijayanagar 1565 CE at the Battle of Talaikota. So, which war was the last war for Vijayanagar means that is Battle of Talaikota. Which year it happened means 1565. The Mughals 1526 to 1707 CE. The Mughal Empire was founded by Babur in the year 1526 CE after he defeated Ibrahim Lodi at Panipat. So when was the Mughal Empire founded means 1526. Who founded Babur and who defeated he means Ibrahim Lodi, at where means Panipat. The first 6 Mughal emperors are referred to as the Great Mughals. The first 6 Mughal emperors were referred as Great Mughals. Aurangzeb was the last of the Great Mughals. Who was the last of the Great Mughals? Aurangzeb. Akbar consolidated the Mughal Empire through conquest and through a policy of conciliation with the religious based kingdoms of Rajasthan. So Akbar followed the policy of conciliation with the religious based kingdoms of Rajasthan. A new power center rose in Maharashtra in the 17th century, and the Marathas, under the leadership of, seriously undermined the authority of the Mughals in western India. So, who was the leader of Maratha means that is Shivaji. Maharashtra, in Maharashtra, a new power rose in the 17th century, gave more torture to the Mughals in western India. At its height, the empire stretched over most of the Indian subcontinent. Only the southern west region of Kerala and southern Tamil Nadu were not directly under the Mughal rule. Other than that, most of the powers were controlled by the Mughals. The arrival of the Europeans. During the 15th century, the Europeans were preoccupied with trying to find a direct sea route to India by passing the overland route through West Asia and the Mediterranean. So in the 15th century, the Europeans were tried to find a direct sea route to India. The spice trade from India was controlled by Muslims up to Alexandria. So who controlled the spice trade in that period means the Muslims. By gaining direct access to India, the Europeans could exercise more direct control over the spice trade and obtain the spices at more favorable prices. ஸோ பை கைனிங் டைரக்ட் அக்சஸ் நேரடியாக நாமளே பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிற அந்த காரணத்துக்காக த யூரோப்பியன்ஸ் குட் எக்ஸைஸ் மோர் டைரக்ட் கண்ட்ரோல் ஓவர் த ஸ்பைஸ் ட்ரேட் அதன் மூலம் அதிக கவனத்தை செலுத்தி then obtain the spices at more favorable prices. In 1498 CE, Vasco da Gama landed on the Kerala coast, having sailed around the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa. In the year 1498, Vasco da Gama found a new sea route to India. He crossed Cape of Good Hope in South Africa and landed Kerala. So which year Vasco da Gama landed on the Kerala means 1498. Other European nations soon followed the Portuguese, mostly notably the Dutch, English and French people also. The Dutch were in Pulicat, later it was known as Nagapattinam, the English in Madras, the French in Pondicherry and the Danish people, Tarangambadi, Transcobar, where they showed their complete authority in that places. Impact on polity. In Indian history had far-reaching consequences on administrative institutions, society and the economy across the subcontinent. So Indian history had far-reaching consequences on administrative institutions, society and economic also had run very well. So in this subcontinent, the Chola period was an enterprising period when trade and the economy expanded accompanied by urbanization. So Chola period was an enterprising period, we can say, in trade economy expanded also and accompanied by urbanization. The administrative machinery was reorganized during the Chola rule. Administrative reorganized. The basic unit of local administration was the village. It was known as Ur, followed by the sub-region Nadu they called, and district they called Kotam. The Cholas' notable feature was the great increase in the construction of temples. So notable feature, which one means they built or constructed the temples. This had two dimensions. இரண்டு வகையில் அவங்களுக்கு உதவியாக இருந்தது. New temples were constructed, one, and another one existing temples became multifunctional social and economic institutions. பொருளாதாரத்தை வளர்க்கக்கூடிய, சமுதாயத்தை வளர்க்கக்கூடிய ஒரு மல்டிஃபங்க்ஷனல் இடமாகவும் அது அமைந்தது. Islamic rule in Delhi made a big impact on Indian society. So Islamic rule made a big impact on our society. Initially, Islam did not cause any social tension. We not had any social tension. Muslim kingdoms in Delhi as well as in the Deccan also attracted migrants from Persia and Arabia who moved to India. They came to our country and took up service in these states, and many become important and well-known statements also. A notable development was the profession of contemporary historical accounts of the Muslim sultanates by Arab and Persian historians also. Notable persons who are they means Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta and Ferishta are among the best known of the Muslim historians. The establishment of the Vijayanagar Empire changed the administrative and social institution structure of South India, especially in the Tamil Nadu. The establishment of Vijayanagar Empire changed the administrative and social institutional structure in South India, especially in our Tamil Nadu. This empire needed two kinds of resources to feed its military establishment. So it needed two kinds of resources, revenue and men. This was achieved through reorganizing the administration of the conquered territories. How they achieved reorganize the administrative of the conquered territories. especially in Tamil region. Military officers known as Nayaks. Three major Nayaka kingdoms owing allegiance to Vijayanagara Empire came up between 1500 CE and 1550 CE. Madurai Nayaks, Tanjore Nayaks and Jinji Nayaks. The arrival of the Europeans in India ultimately culminated in the establishment of colonial rule in India under the British. So, what is the highest peak in this means brought the colonial rule in our country under the British. The next topic, society. In that caste, fourfold division of society as specified in the religious texts referred to as Varna. So, four divisions, it was known as Varna. In traditional society, many castes were denied various social rights and privileges. So, some of the castes, they not get the social rights and privileges also. Improving the status of their jati was a major preoccupation for all caste groups. Mainly, they saw that is status of their jati. Religion. Diverse institutions with different ideologies came up within the Bhakti movement during the medieval period. So, different institutions, different ideologies, different religion also they followed because of the Bhakti movement during the medieval period. Buddhism had faded out in India. Jainism also lost ground in most parts of India. What's the reason means due to the emergence of the Bhakti movement under Shankara and Ramanuja. With regard to the Christianity, there were a small number of Christian groups in Kerala claiming their origins to the time of Saint Thomas, the disciple of Jesus. Then, in North, a new religion, Sikhism, was founded by Guru Nanak, who lived during the 15th and 16th century. So, these were the different types of religion they followed in the medieval period. Culture, literature, art and architecture. The Chola period was an era of remarkable cultural activity. Era means period. So, remarkable cultural activity. These were the centuries when major literary works were written. The best known classical poet Kamban wrote Ramayana in Tamil. So, who wrote Ramayana in Tamil means Kamban. So, it was known as Kamba Ramayanam, which was formally presented or Arangetram, we can say, in the temple at Srirangam. Sekila's Periya Puranam similarly was presented at the temple in Chidambaram. Sekila's Periya Puranam presented or Arangetram at the temple in Chidambaram. Among the other great works of the period is Kalingattu Parani and Moovarula. The monumental architecture of the Chola is visible in the great temple of Tanjore, Gangaikonda Cholapuram and Dharasuram. These were the best example architectural work for the Chola period. To name only a few, stone images were sculpted on the temple walls and pillars. Bronze images of great beauty and artistry were made by the last wax process. ஸோ அந்த மெழுகெல்லாம் ஊற்றுற மாதிரி உறைய வைக்கிற மாதிரி இவங்க அந்த பிரான்ஸு வெண்கலம் செம்பு இவைகளையும் உருக்கி அச்சில் வார்த்து சிலைகளாக வடிப்பாங்க. The best known of them is the iconic representation of Shiva as Nadaraja performing the cosmic dance. ஸோ நடனம் ஆடக்கூடிய ஒரு நடராஜர் சிலை சிதம்பரத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த சிலை மிகவும் சிறந்த எடுத்துக்காட்டு. This distinct Islamic culture tradition developed in India with the establishment of Muslim rule. A distinct Islamic cultural tradition developed in India with the establishment of Muslim rule. The sultans built forts, கோட்டைகள், tombs, கல்லறைகள், mosque, மசூதிகள் and other monuments in Delhi as well as in South India which came under their rule. In their period, these things and all they built. A large volume of literature was produced, especially in Persian and also in Urdu, Hindi and other regional languages. Literary works were written in these languages. South India, the Vijayanagar rulers and their military chiefs actively supported temple construction. So the Vijayanagara rulers and their military chiefs also supported the temple construction. Many new temples were built by them. Besides means in addition to, not only the temples, new structures like pavilions and halls அமர்ந்து பார்க்கக்கூடிய மாதிரி அது ஹால்ஸ் வித் மெனி பில்லர்ஸ் நிறைய தூண்கள்லாம் அதில் இருக்கும் வேர் ஆடட் எக்ஸ்டென்சிவ்லி டு எக்ஸிஸ்டிங் டெம்பிள்ஸ் வித் எலாபரேட்லி காவ்டு பில்லர்ஸ் அழகாக தூண்களை எல்லாம் வைத்து நல்ல அரங்குகள் மாதிரி கட்டியிருப்பாங்க. எக்ஸாம்பிள் திருமலை நாயக்கர் மஹால் சொல்லலாம் நம்ம. Economy, agriculture. India was predominantly an agriculture country. So India was an agricultural country both in north side or south side. Both in the north and the south, agriculture depended heavily on the irrigation, canals and well added to the water sources in additional to rainfall and rivers also. A variety of food grains like wheat, rice and millets were grown. இவையெல்லாம் விளைஞ்சது. அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் லென்டில்ஸ்னால் அது ஒரு பருப்பு வகைகள் அண்ட் ஆயில் சீட்ஸ். மெனி அதர் கமர்ஷியல் கிராப்ஸ் வேர் ஆல்சோ க்ரோன் சச் அஸ் சுகர் கேன், காட்டன் அண்ட் இண்டிகோ, ஸ்பைசஸ் ஆல்சோ. Non-agricultural production. Non-agricultural production refers to both processed agricultural product and craft production also. இரண்டையுமே இணைத்தது. Primarily, the products can be grouped under processed agricultural products like sugar, oil, textile, metalwork, precious gems and jewelry, shipbuilding, ornamental wood and leather work and many other minor products also. So இரண்டும் கலந்தது non-agricultural productions. Textiles. India had two natural advantages in cotton weaving. India had two natural advantages. What were they? The first was that cotton grew in almost all parts of India. Mostly எல்லா பார்ட்ஸ்லையுமே இந்தியாவில் காட்டன் விளைஞ்சுது. So that the basic raw material was easily available. Second, the technology of producing a permanent color on cotton using vegetable dyes was known from very early times in India. அதுக்கு கொடுக்கக்கூடிய அந்த கலர் வெஜிடபிள் டைஸ் மக்களுக்கு முதல்ல இருந்தே அறிமுகமாயிருந்தது. Commerce. The large manufacturing sector essentially produced goods for exchange and not for self-use. So many things. Produced goods, exchange and not for self-use. Therefore, India had an extensive network of trade for marketing these goods. Maritime trade, கடல் கடந்து வாணிகம், across the Indian Ocean, extending from China in the east to Africa in the west, had flourished for many centuries. Before itself it happened. That's ports like Malacca, Calicut, etc. In the 17th century, Surat in Gujarat, Masulipatinam in the Golconda Kingdom, Chittagong in Bengal, Pulicat, Palaverkadu and Nagapattinam on the Coromandel coast and Calicut in Kerala were all major ports in Asiatic trade. Urbanization. Travelers coming to India in the medieval period noted that there were a number of urban centers of various sizes from cities to small market towns த்ரூ அவுட் இந்தியா. ஸோ ட்ராவலர்ஸ், ஸோ நிறைய பயணிகள்லாம் இங்கே வந்துக்கிட்டு இருந்ததுனால நோட்டட் தட் தெர் வேர் எ நம்பர் ஆஃப் அர்பன் சென்டர்ஸ், நிறைய நகரங்கள் உருவாச்சு. இன் சவுத் இந்தியா எஸ்பெஷலி த தமிழ்நாடு அர்பனைசேஷன் வெண்ட் ஹேண்ட் இன் ஹேண்ட் வித் டெம்பிள்ஸ். கோயில்களே இருக்கக்கூடிய பகுதிகள்லாம் நகரமாக ஆயிட்டது, கோயில்கள் கூட. Temples were large economic enterprises requiring a variety of goods and services to function.
Dear children, now let us see the important places of medieval India. Before that, how we want to find out the direction on the wall map means always the top is north, bottom is south, right is east and left is west. North, always the top is north, bottom is south, right is east and left is west. Now you see the important places. This is Kashmir, Sindhu River, Delhi, Agra, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, Devagiri, Bamini, Ahmednagar, Gulbarga, Bidar, Bijapur, Warangal, Golconda, Vijayanagar, Madurai. Children, now we will wind up the class. What were the topics we saw? Can you remember this? Can you say this? Okay, that is medieval India,
Cholas period
and Mughals period, political life, art, architecture, everything. Medieval period covered more than 700 years of our Indian history. So many momentous they left us. It is our duty to protect and honor this. Thank you. God bless you.